Do not go and train at Bangtao Muay Thai and MMA before watching this video. Okay, so we're going to do a review of Bangtao Muay Thai and MMA today. We're going to break it down into 3 different sections. First section, we've got the coaches. Second section, we've got the facilities. And the third section, we've got the environment. So don't go anywhere before you've watched the whole thing. Okay, so the first things first, let's talk about the coaching. It's some of the highest level coaching you're ever going to have at any gym. They've got unbelievable names, but not only that, the knowledge that these guys have is ridiculous. Even if you're just doing the beginners classes, you've got people like George and Frank Hickman and Shay who are going to be taking you through the beginners classes for the MMA and the wrestling, which is what I did when I went over there. And I got unbelievable amounts just from the beginners classes, let alone some of the pro classes that I did as well. I've heard some people say that it's just like an Instagram gym, right? I strongly disagree with this. Yes, their social media is great and they do put a lot of stuff on Instagram, but the training is unbelievable as well. One of the things that I really noticed was how the guys there are really making you work the whole time. They're not just lazy with it. They're not just sort of showing a technique and then standing around like some places do, right? They're actively coming around, trying to really help you with your technique, really trying to progress your skill set. And they're trying to make things work for you, even if the way that it's been shown in class doesn't quite work for you. They'll show you a different way of doing it. And believe me, not every gym does that. And the coaches are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Like, big shout out to Shay over there. I messaged him beforehand about doing a podcast together. Spoke a little bit over Instagram a few times before I went over there. Then when I went over there, he was incredibly lovely to me the whole time. Kept checking in with me, messaging me. He was really good when it came to coaching me. Did the podcast with me, and is just an absolutely unbelievable person, right? And obviously you've got people like George Hickman, you've got Alex Shield, both absolutely lovely guys and incredibly knowledgeable coaches as well. So not only is the coaching top tier, the coaches themselves are genuinely great people. Okay, so the next section we're going to look at is the facilities. One word, unbelievable. That's the first thing that's going to strike you about this place. Is as soon as you walk outside of it, before you've even gone in, you're going to be absolutely shocked by not only how big the place is, but how fucking cool the place looks, right? And when you walk in, every bit of equipment is top tier, yeah? From the mats to the bags to the cage to the cafe that they've got there to the gym store that they've got there. Everything is top tier. There's clearly been a lot of money invested. There's clearly been a lot of time and thought put into how they're going to build this gym. It is without a doubt the best gym that I've ever been to in terms of the facilities. So as much as it's not cheap to go and train there, you really are getting your money's worth when it comes to the coaching and the facilities. Yes, it's a little bit expensive, but honestly, it's 100% worth it. I would have paid more than what I did pay. My package came in at £160 for 2 weeks, and honestly, I'm happy with that. Here's a good comparison, right? How much, if you were into cooking, would you pay to go and train with Gordon Ramsay for 2 weeks? It would probably be more than £160, right? That's essentially what you're getting here. It's just the martial arts equivalent of that. Okay, and the last section we're going to look at is the environment. Obviously, you've got the Thailand heat, and that's obviously it brings a different intensity to it, but you get that at every gym, right? What really struck me was it really did feel, even though I'd only been there a couple of weeks, like a family. Everybody was speaking to each other. Everybody's like, oh, you're training later, you're doing the second class today, and they're really trying to push you to be the best version of yourself. And it doesn't feel like a divide between the coaches and the students like I have been to at some places. What really struck me was how all of the coaches would sort of stick around and chat with the students, and like it didn't feel like us and them, which it really does at some places that I've been to. And there is just killer after killer after killer after killer there. You're never going to go to a training session and be like, oh, I was a bit disappointed with who was on the mats today. Like, everybody there knows their shit, and they're always going to be pushing you. You're always going to get hard rounds there. So to summarize, coaching, I'd give it an A. Facilities, I'd give it like an A star, man. Like, it was unbelievable, the facilities. And for the environment, again, it's going to be an A star. It's unbelievable. And we're throwing a little extra one about the pricing. I give it a B because it isn't cheap, like I was saying, but at the same time, I would have still paid more anyway. But I can see how some people say it's a bit expensive. So if you enjoy this video, then make sure to watch this one that YouTube's suggesting for you right here.